Welcome back, ladies and gents. After what feels like several days away, it's actually only been one. That's right, yesterday was missed, but hey, can't have it every day. Am I right, folks? Anything gets boring if you have it every single day. Now, where are we starting today? Well, a unique starting point with a unique view, in all honesty, folks. Cenotaph, obviously. Draped, as it was back in May 1945, in two glorious Union flags. I mean, in terms of a view to start the day, it doesn't really get better, does it? To be honest. Now, they've got police sort of scattered around. They've also got wardens, obviously, making sure that there are no idiots that can get close to try and cause damage or something worse. I mean, obviously I saw it at the beginning of the week when I was out and about filming, but I was nowhere near this close, and to be honest, it's utterly extraordinary. Not only that, Monday the weather was not great for people. It was overcast. It's a real pity, actually, for everybody that took part that today's weather was not the same on Monday. I'll need to be pretty careful, actually. It's quite a tight fit around this. I think I might even actually cross the road and be very careful, but wow, doesn't it just explode colour-wise in this light. Carefully walk across so we're on the right side of the road for horse guards, plus the side-on view. If I can get most of it into the frame, I'm not sure I can, but I'll try, is even more extraordinary. So I'm moving back. Oh, somebody very kindly telling his kids to get out of the frame. Thoughtful tourists. To be honest, folks, even if I get back on the steps of, I don't know which building this is, here on Whitehall. Now, this is as far back as it's possible to get without being actually inside a building. And I think, oh, yes, there we are. How's about that? We have a London black cab and a red bus, both in the frame at the same time. Anyway, you get the idea. It's an extraordinary thing to see. Very extraordinary. I'm actually quite happy as well that the security's super low-key. On another day, I could well have envisaged there being dozens of people having to look after it. Oh God, don't tell me we've got road closure for the PMs. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be, actually. 1 second, folks. Ah, okay, wait, there's not allowing anybody past Downing Street whilst they wait. Actually, that partly explains why there's no one at all. They're opening the main gates, actually. I wonder if we might have caught... I mean, it doesn't really bother me either way, but it's Prime Minister's questions this morning. So I'm thinking it's highly likely he's about to head out. They've opened up the gates. Let's see if I don't get arrested. Oh, no. Right, PMQs, folks, in the Palace of Westminster shortly. Prime Minister's questions. That's why they're getting ready to head out.
Move on to the other side of the road for us, please.
Oh, flip.
So, move on to the other side of the road for me, please.
Understood, officer. Damn it, folks. To be honest, actually, they're going to pull over to this side anyway. So they're coming in front of the camera one way or another, walking backwards. Some interesting protesters to my right. I'll get them on camera for you in just a moment. And usually we end up hitting Downing Street at the exact moment they're preparing for the departure of the Prime Minister. I thought I might get away with it actually and be able to stand in the centre, but as you can see, for security reasons, they've closed all of it. I hope he comes out shortly. Oops. Uh-oh. Have we got Oh, wait, hold on a second. Here's a security dude giving the officers instruction. He's in public, folks, so I've got no problem with him being on the camera, and if he had a problem with being on camera, he would tell me politely but firmly, don't film me. Anyway, the protesters, hands off our legs. Which legs? Chicken legs. Buck, buck, buck. I guess. Oops, there we have it. I mean, we are all... Oh, he even wants hands off our legs, who's on a crutch, to step back. I guess it's a good indicator of the level of public disapproval of Comrade Starmer, that they're definitely a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, particular this morning compared to how they usually are. It's going to be a behind the bollards thing in a minute, folks. I mean, I'm on the public highway, strictly speaking. I don't have to move, but I wouldn't want to challenge his authority. Ended up getting rendition to, I don't know, the Chagos Islands or wherever. Right, anyway, here he comes. Here is the PM. I mean, he's coming right in front of where I'm standing, there's no doubt about that, because the other side of the road is full. Right, so we got consumers right out. The first two outriders, and off they go. Or here they come, rather. The question is, will we get the PM giving us a little wave? Thumbs up for on the city walk, so what do we think? Oh, people shouting already. Not sure if you saw it, guys, whether I'm just imagining it, but I'm pretty sure he gave us a V sign. A V for very good channel. And hey, he's not wrong, even the security guy. I like the joke. Oh, goodness me. Oh, you just missed all the fun. That was Colin in his inimitable way. He had advice for the PM. Colin's advice was to him. Fair enough. Well, he's not going to last much longer, we know that. Oh, security guy's not happy with young Colin today. Right, is that it? Can we move, or are we still supposed to stand here? Look, everybody's still being held back. I'm not sure the officer's hand over there is strong enough, in all honesty. Oh, flip, you know what? I better move, otherwise we're going to be here all day. So, leg catching breaks bones, hands off our legs. I think, to be honest, guys, that's clucking amazing, personally. I don't know how this works. Like, are they worried that somebody might sort of try to drive in down here? I mean, the gates are closed. Obviously, the security dude knows what he's doing, but... Oh, there we are. The thumbs up. I guess that means all clear. Hands off our legs. Okay. Photographer giving a bit of a thumbs up as well, which was kind of sweet, to be fair. Okay, right. Back to normal. Sorry for that bit of disturbance there, ladies and gents. Our glorious leader needs his space, and peasants like yours truly are not allowed anywhere near our social superiors. That's right. So, we continue. Actively trying not to fall over any of these barriers. The traffic is extremely heavy this morning, but I guess that's due to there being quite a heavy police presence. I forgot to mention it actually when I switched on the camera this morning, but part of the reason I was there is that the anti-Brexit mob are out, flags and music and the rest of it, hence no starts at the Parliament Square end for us. I think, to be honest, guys, the starts at Parliament Square are going to be fewer. I hope I'm wrong, but there was a court case a few weeks ago where the, shall we say, leader of the anti-Brexit movement, Mr. Steve Bray, was acquitted in courts. I can't remember what the offence or alleged offence was, nuisance or something, vis-a-vis the continued playing of loud music. We've got a police horse standing in the middle of the road, I guess holding the traffic back for the departure of the PM, unless something else is going on. Look, I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry folks. It would have been almost likely the regimental changeover, one would think. Hey, what's this? They're not happy at all for some curious reason. This grey in the centre is kicking off. No idea what's going on here. Actually, you know what? Oh, hold on, it's the Blues and Royals. Let me get myself out of the way. Sorry folks, we got to a great spot here, luckily. Look at this. Yeah, the grey's not a happy boy. 1 second. Got the Blues departing right into the camera. Flipping hell, how much is that for good luck, people? Look at this. Trumpeter is a long guard. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. Flipperoo, guys. How's that for good timing? I was not expecting that. I love the way the police always kind of side-eyeball my kit. Because to be honest, it does look as though it could be concealing something naughty. I mean, it obviously doesn't conceal anything, but I understand why they think it might. I don't want to follow the troopers along. They've got plenty of MOD and Met actually following them. MOD following them along on foot. What an extraordinary thing. I half wish we'd waited a little longer up at Parliament Square, but I had no idea, in all honesty, folks. That was pure luck. What a thoroughly extraordinary thing to see. First thing on a Wednesday morning. Oh. Folks, I hope this tourist dressed as a Ministry of Defence police officer is not going to get shouted at for touching the horse. She won't. It's an actual Ministry of Defence police officer. I recognise that. Smiles. And a happy response from the trooper. Golly, that was a thoroughly extraordinary thing to see, actually. The Blues, I'd completely forgotten. Would have been nice to catch them going around Parliament Square, although I don't actually know they would go around Parliament Square. They might sort of cut a swift right, Birdcage Walk, Palace, Constitution Hill, Hyde Park, Barracks, probably. I don't know their exact route, and you know what, even if I did, it'd probably be smart if I don't announce it publicly. No offence. So, we're here. Wait, what time is it? I feel like a bit of a donut today because it was quite windy when I came out. So the strap under my hat is fixed around my chin. So I do look like a complete and utter train spotter, but you know what? So be it. Oh, the little chocolate doggy's being very well behaved, look. He's thinking, God, I've never seen a dog that big. As he's looking at the horse. The horse seems pretty chill as well, actually. In fact, because we're here reasonably early, and the crowds are not crazy yet, and there's probably no pickpockets, let's quickly grab a picture of this beauty, who's happily looking, or was happy looking directly at the camera. That's it. Oh, ears forward. Listening for instructions from me. I think we've got a good picture. 1 second, which horse is it? Actually, I probably know, actually, that blaze is very distinctive. I'm going to be like, oh, obviously, the second I check which one it is. 1 second, people. Okay, tour guides out in full effect. Titus is who we're looking at. Yes, Glorious Titus. I mean, to be honest, I probably should have noticed that is a very, very unique blaze. Even in H-Cab, that's a fairly unique blaze because it's incredibly consistent. In fact, if an artist were going to paint a blaze on a horse to make it look perfect, it would be hard to paint something better than that, isn't it? In fact, probably the second most distinctively glorious blaze after Ormonds. Now, I say that because it's not really about the size of the blaze and the rest of it. It's more about the fact that some of the blazes obviously jump out much more strongly on the camera, on the image, than others. Ormonds is, obviously the most famous simply because it is a clenched fist, with a kind of like power. Now, the troop we've got at this end, a lot of you, ladies and gents, will of course recognise him. Why? Because last week there were several very famous moments, in fact. Very famous moments even. Now, I'm going to guess straight off this is Zorbs. If I'm wrong, so be it. Oh, he's working on his Q10 snort. Obviously it's going to need a lot more work as he gets bigger. It's very chill, actually, to be honest, the horse this morning. There's virtually not a soul in the yard. However, I'm expecting, folks, it's going to be pretty busy. Yeah, I'm expecting a busy one today. For two reasons, actually. First, the weather. Look at it. Okay, it's a little overcast, blah, blah, blah. But, to my great surprise, it's actually really warm. Oh, that's kind of cute. Look at this. Unofficial pose with MOD. I say unofficial because they rarely say yes when people ask if they will pose. Obviously because it distracts them from their duties, which require concentration. I'm looking for whoever might be best dressed, perhaps, and arguably more importantly, whoever is going to march straight over as though they own the horse. Why? Well, because we know how on it this trooper in particular is. Now, yesterday, folks, was impossible, but I also thought to myself, it's really good timing with having to be out of London yesterday, because after VE Day, it kind of didn't feel right to be, straight back here, camera on the troopers, who'd had a lot of hard work and focus in the last few days, so it actually worked out really well. Who's next? Zorbs is chill as hell, to be honest, as always. It's super curious that the same trooper could be on opera and then back on Zorbs. Oh, there's the first out the box, or stand back from the white line. Will she make the same error? I don't think so. I'm not sure actually whether this is an unofficial Starbucks commercial or whether it's just a random photo op. It's amazing actually how many of them don't realise that they've wandered over with a coffee cup, mainly because it looks a little odd. Why is everybody like patiently waiting? Well, I'm not going to turn the camera around if actually it's MOD officers being picked up in an MOD van. It's like the reinforcements have arrived. They're pretty far away from the box, which has got to be a positive. The thing is though, this trooper is probably not overjoyed at having pulled this end for this shift. It's exceedingly... I've got sunglasses on, I've got a wide brimmed hat. It's exceedingly bright, in fact. He's having to squint. It's really, really unpleasantly bright at this end when the light hits. Troop at the other end is also in the sunshine, but it's far easier for him to go a teeny bit back to get that sunshine out of his face. Now, the good news is, for the troopers, that is not for us. Or potentially it could be for... Oh, another one. In her bright orange top. So actually it's more like tangerine top, isn't it, to be honest? Good news for the trooper is he only has 20 minutes left, folks. And the good news for us, by the way, is that this weekend is a Blues and Royals weekend. Now, that's good because we didn't get a lot of blues last week. Most of last weekend, there were other events going on, and it was a lifeguard weekend. Then when the blues came back, we had the VE80 parade prep, then we had the day itself. So the fact that the lifeguards are here this morning is great because the blues haven't really had very much actual ceremonial duty at all, folks, comparatively. Oh, another one. Wait, the whole line then just got told to move back. And they shuffled beautifully, actually, out of the way. Sorbs' chill look. So yes, having the blues back this weekend, folks. Obviously it's been now 2 weeks since they had a... Oh, there we go, they're going to go in the box. Bros, come on, seriously. How flipping difficult is it? Oh wait, they're Swedish. Swedish American, man. Maybe Swedish American, I can't really tell. Oh, here we go again. Get ready for it. Now everyone is just going to walk in and over the white line. I mean, to my right, I can hear them. They're definitely speaking Swedish. Oh, now they've noticed that there are police. This is a kind of slightly arrogant, entitled public school group that would go in the yard and bother the gatesman. But the good news is there isn't a gatesman for them to bother. Well, first sacrifice. She's like, I've got two, so you can have one. Sorbs is the wrong horse. Oh, look at this. I didn't know that Joseph in his Technicolor Dreamcoat was back here in the West End of London. I thought it had finished its run. What next? They're going to bring back cats, perhaps? Polish, I think. Wow, his the gent that just walked by with the red jacket. His eyebrows would give Invader a run for his money. Very impressive, actually. Okay, let's hope this well-dressed lady doesn't decide to wander in. She can't decide what she wants to do. Oh. I don't know, partner or dad, I'm not sure, is saying "не надо," which means you can't.
Нет. Трогать нельзя. Вот видишь, белая линия, нельзя заходить. Вот так ставь.
Как сказать, там нельзя невозможно. Понимаешь? Okay, I think they got it. Kazakhs, hence the unusual beauty, but more importantly, why they're speaking Ruski Yazik. I didn't want her to get shouted at, actually, folks, because she wasn't doing it intentionally. I don't do that, but let's go that way. They're off. Should I say Paka? Okay, she's back. This time being super careful, I haven't been told about the line, as you might have just heard. Because I'm trying to think, white line, a bit of Belia, Liani, I think. Toruski. In fact, look, white shoes, white line. Oh, massive shout at the other end. Some lady, everyone missed it. It was super loud. Like super duper duper loud. Oh, flipping out. I'm going to move in a minute, folks. I'm going to be filming the same person for like an hour. Good to hear that the other trooper is like really on it. Super loud shout at the other end. Which means, to be honest, they've got it completely covered here, the lifeguards. But then again, we've seen the fact that they've had it pretty much covered for what, the last 2 weeks? I mean, there's been, I'm trying to think. Okay, perhaps very briefly. Morning. Were you at Parliament Square then for watching the Blues go by?
I just had a word with the guy in the corner about all the noise and that.
Yeah.
Real Brexit fellows, whoever they are, I don't know. No, they promptly lowered the banners and shut up, just because I asked them.
The thing is, there was a court case a few weeks ago against Steve Bray. Somebody that worked in the building right opposite brought it for noise complaints and disturbance and harassment. He won. Yeah. The court actually
Steve Bray.
He won. Yeah, he's the kind of anti-Brexit leader.
On the corner, I had a word with. I just,
There's a Tarzan guy there, the one with really long grey hair. Looks a bit like Nigel Farage if he grew his hair out.
I noticed of them. It's just they were making a hell of a row as I walked up there, and I told him, I said the horses are just coming down in a minute.
Yeah.
And he promptly shouted across to Steve.
I'm surprised, given how many police there were about, and the MOD were walking with them, that they wouldn't have gone ahead already and told them to take the flags down and/or shut up. But then again, I wonder if even legally they'd have the power to make them.
I didn't expect anything, but he responded straight away.
Good to know that they that considerate.
In my estimation, whatever they stand for.
Yeah, that is a good thing. In fact, I just caught it. I mean, I wasn't even aware. I got stuck outside Downing Street when they closed it for Prime Minister leaving. And then luckily, just was walking this way, got in the middle of the road, and Blues rode right into the camera. Flipping miracle.
Oh,
yeah. I was not expecting that, to be honest. But I was very surprised because the media was saying that that's going to be it, end of the very loud anti-Brexit protest. But the court, for whatever peculiar reason, said his right to protest, even with the noise, is more important than their right to work peacefully. Like what kind of logic is that?
I know.
Odd, isn't it, to be honest? But that's our glorious court system, folks.
And the Americans say we don't allow free speech.
I mean, to be honest, we don't have a written constitution. I think that's half of our problem. If we did have a written constitution with a free speech clause, I think it would solve a lot of issues in this country. But what do I know? Guess we'll see.
We've got a few more days of this, haven't we? We've been around the back, didn't we?
Yeah, it's when the concert's tomorrow, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, so all that stuff will be there for another week or so.
Yeah, well, okay, so we've potentially got a couple more changeovers.
Yeah.
I mean, Blues weekend this weekend, then back to the lifeguards next weekend. Plenty to look forward to, I guess.
They had a change down the Palace this morning, the only one for a while.
Oh, they actually did a full change.
Yeah, there's nothing scheduled for Friday. And,
which explains why it's going to be packed here on Friday again.
And Monday it's just an admin change, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, a quick clipboard round the corner,
so
done.
One day a week down there now. I wandered down there and crowds all over the place. I don't know what's going on.
At least the ones that went this morning actually did get to see something. It was worth going out for. I feel sorry for the ones that tracked down there to find out there's nothing happening.
Days I've been down there and loads of people standing around. There's no coppers there, nothing happening.
But this is what I don't understand. It's like, at least put something there saying, folks, go home. I mean, if they're doing it here, why don't they bother there? I mean, occasionally they used to have the wet mount board inside the gates, but I don't know if they still put it there.
I don't know about that. No, I'm not that familiar with the procedure down there, but
thankfully, I'm not missing the palace at all.
Anyway, enjoy a day here.
See you later. Okay, folks, we'll kind of move ourselves back and forwards, as it were. We've only got 10 minutes until the changeover. I'm expecting the yard to be very busy. Colin's here. Glad to see him. He's in the yard, waiting to take pictures of the changeover on the horses. Quite a pleasure, actually, to see these two, Titus and Zorba. This is Titus. One behind me is Zorba. Extremely relaxed, the horses today, so far. However, if, as my friend just mentioned, they've been the guard change on Friday again, and we're told that, but I thought it might only be 1 or 2 off, but if it's every week until they finish clearing everything out the back here, that's problematic. Why? Because it means that this Friday again is going to be unbridled chaos, in all likelihood, here at Horseguards. Because fundamentally everybody ends up coming here if there's nothing happening there. Tour group in the yard, and yeah, roughly 10 minutes give or take until the changeover. Lovely day though, to be honest, folks. Quite happy to be outside. Scary though. It must have been for the person that's got screamed at. I'm sure most of you heard that scream, even though we're standing at the other end as it happened. Goodness gracious, extraordinarily loud. It actually was more of a scream than a shout. It was sort of a screamy shout. What's between that and a shout? The decibels.
I bet you if you want.
Bye-bye, horsey.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Actually, curious again, folks. The crossbody holding of the sword. This trooper often does that. Actually, the other trooper has the sword rested on one shoulder, which is, to be honest, the common position. I think also legs are probably a little bit tired. Like a bit of a stretch to the legs. Can't say I blame actually. Tall trooper, this fellow. So a lot more to balance on what is actually quite a small horse, to be fair. They're rolling up, but sort of all over the place. We're not getting the doubling up of tourists yet. I'm actually going to stay outside at this end, folks, for the changeover. Yes, I know we'll miss the dismount, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Why? Because there's a very good chance, that we'll head into a part 2 today. And if we do, I'll get the dismount for that part 2. And before you start worrying, guys, no, I haven't been banned from the yard. And oh, pink with some more pink. The old tourist route master bus is going on behind me with the conductor. I mean, it's not the the actual conductor, like a reenactment conductor for the tourists, hanging off the pole at the back of the bus. Yeah, I missed that actually. It was one of the best things about travelling around in London as a youngster. Yes, it was moderately dangerous, but I mean, I never actually saw anybody falling under a bus. So I think they should reintroduce them actually. Open deck route master, because you used to be able to run after the bus, grab onto that pole and haul yourself onto the rear platform. Plus there was no antisocial behaviour. That is, well, let me qualify that statement. There was far less. I don't ever recall seeing an incident of antisocial behaviour on the old route masters, because you'd have a uniformed conductor. The driver's cab would be completely sealed off from the bus at the front, and there would be a conductor issuing and checking tickets on the ground floor and upstairs. See, there's another reason to reintroduce conductor-staffed route master buses. They were only removed for health and safety because we went through a period of everyone worrying about every little thing going wrong. Or what if somebody injures themselves or falls off the bus? Well, hello, it's their own fault. Exactly the same as what if somebody walks into the box and gets bitten by the horse. It's their own fault. Trouble is, our legal system's a bit skewed the other way, oddly enough. Best dressed tourist is that gent. We just met, he's got braces. It's an incredibly rare thing to see somebody wearing braces to hold up their trousers. The orderly is on her way out in her number 2 uniform this morning, looking lovely. I think we'll see her in a second when she comes to close the box. Yep, there she is, answering questions from the tourists. I still haven't actually figured out, folks, how or why it's either number 2 uniform or sometimes the MTP camo uniform, like I think it's MTP, is multi-terrain platform. In other words, the camouflage. Oh, flip me out. Okay, this massive tourist group are going in. We made the right decision not to go in. Look at them all, and they're walking through the box. How big is this flipping tourist group? 50, 60 people? Actually, you know what? I think he's realised that there might not be enough space. He's asking if they can go on the other corner. Oh. Wasn't a shout, but this gent was in the box briefly. There's already one giant tourist group on the left. So look, he's wheeled his massive group of followers over to the right. It's crazy, to be honest, because a few groups of that size and there'll be actually no space for normal tourists that are exploring alone or with their families. Kind of seems a bit wrong though that such large groups can take over the whole of the yard. Maybe limit it to 20 people, 20 members in a tour group. Or, even better, insist that tour groups have tickets, raising money for the museum. That could be another solution, in fact, well, not a solution, but I mean a practical idea. I think the trooper thought that guy with the duffel bag was going to get too close. He kind of pulled the horse forward, so we were going to push him out of the box. What I'm thinking we might see at this end, if the crush gets too serious and there are a lot of people arriving, all this lot would have come around from the palace. Birdcage Walk, Parliament Square, Whitehall, pretty much the same way that I came, at least in part. And now they're all going to turn up here between now and probably in the next 20 to 30 minutes. So I'm expecting it's going to get pretty hectic, numbers wise. In some respects, actually, it's a pity that this trooper and his colleague at the other end are just leaving as opposed to just coming out, because they're both so on it that the second anyone gets anywhere near the horse or the box, boom. However, the same could be true of the next 2 troopers. I guess we'll find out shortly. Yikes. Golly, folks.
Okay, let's go inside the horse guards.
Oh, she noticed there's a white line. Wait, what is she pretending to be on a telephone? Like, what's she doing? I think it might be an important call from President Xi, folks. Very curious. Huge numbers actually turning up now. Plus, we've got a couple of beautiful police horses. I'll pop the camera around because it's Vanessa. We'll get back there in a second. Look at this. Vanessa in her sunglasses in the sunshine. Hi, yeah, all right. Very good, thank you. Beautiful, eh? Vanessa looking absolutely lovely with the sunglasses. Fantastic. Right, let's get ourselves back in to where we were. Otherwise, I think the sheer number of people coming forward is going to make it hard to be reasonably directly in front. The thing is, officially speaking, oh.
Là, un tout petit
I
peu.
don't think you're going to shout at these French kids.
Stop, recule, non, là, encore.
Trouble is
stop.
the
Viens là.
new horses are
Stop.
already on the way out. Look, and these Frenchies are. He's telling them,
Deuxième
yeah.
bestie, second bestie. Here. All right. So.
How the
no,
flip-
Mariam, it's here. He said no. He said no. It's here. Mariam, it's here.
How
Non, vite, on n'a pas le temps.
oh my God, they're still not
Allez,
even
no,
listening.
no. He said here. Là.
He's going to tell them off.
Yes, that's it. Aria, here. Allez,
How complicated is it? No, you know, if the horse freaks out and these little kids in front get squashed, the Frenchies are going to blame
Allez, prenez. Non, là. Passez par là. Next. Here.
blame the British government.
Nessim.
Oh my God.
Là, tout seul. Nessim, non, pas tout seul. Il n'y a pas tout seul. Là. Parce qu'on peut
They're
pas
still
faire
doing it.
Nessim, un tout petit peu. C'est bon.
I can tell the trooper really wants to shout.
Non, vite. Je vais le voir par là. Allez, next. Là. Vite, Neila. Neila, vite, parce qu'on ne peut pas.
See, the horse is not liking it.
This is the next one.
Oh. Good to see this particular trooper back, folks. Very good to see this particular trooper back. It's good that we didn't go in the yard, because if I had been on that corner, we'd be completely surrounded.
Next.
Oh my God, they're flipping next. We're just taking a picture of the whole school.
Ines.
They're walking, the kids are walking through the box.
Here. Là. Vite, le troisième. Ines. Mais vite, s'il vous plaît. Il y a trop de monde qui attend les photos.
The funny thing is, the kids don't actually even want a picture. See by their facial expressions. They're just like, teacher, can you leave the teacher? Leave those kids alone.
Les derniers.
Flipping out.
Les derniers. Taha. Maria, c'est bon. Taha. Est-ce que tout le monde a pris la photo? Oui.
Folks, I promise that we're not in France right now. Okay, successful dismount. Horses are going back in. Easy peasy. Now, we've got a huge, really huge number of people right along Whitehall here, and obviously that just arrived to my left. We'll leave them off camera for the moment because it's that French school group. I don't understand how the Frenchy teacher, who speak English completely fine, twice ignored the officer. I think he should have arrested the whole lot. Put them on a coach to Dover. Oh, goodness me. Right, so somebody getting their... Actually, wait, I think he's taking a picture from the back of the box because he wants to get me in it. Should I wave to him? No, I don't want to actually, because it's going to look a bit weird for the trooper. Okay, so out comes that giant tall group. Ta-da! And now people are wandering through the box. Notice Colin carefully walked around the edge of the box, like the gent that he is. Oh yes. Yeah, I think you could see, folks, the way his body language was pretty visible. The trooper definitely wanted to shout, but then he thought, you know what, nah, because at the end of the day, those little Frenchy kids I don't think could speak English, even though the teacher could. And the optics would just look bad because there are a few people filming. But wow, they were like right into the box during the guard change, and you could see the horse was getting a bit skittish. Little teeny weeny horsey meltdown there, or a move forward quickly. That would have been an absolute catastrophe for that little group. As you could hear, I was slightly worried in my voice. Okay, who's next? Anyone know? Taurus, hello. Okay, is this lady going to feed her straw hat to the horse? What do we think? It's actually been a while since we've seen the horse help himself to either somebody's clothing or a hat or similar. Yeah, been a good while, hasn't it? Unfortunately. So many people are taking pictures of the horse's bum. Oh my god. One second, guys, we're a little bit squashed now with people all around us again. What a surprise. Somebody just watching straight out of the crowd, actually smart, because everybody else is kind of like, huh? Where are we supposed to go? Where are we allowed to stand? No one really knows what's appropriate here. There are no rules, effectively. It's kind of a bit of a free-for-all, in all honesty, people. I think this gent hasn't quite realised he's supposed to look at the camera, like when he's having his picture taken. His eyeballs are all over the place, except toward the camera. Curiously enough. Oh, step back a teeny bit, 1 second. Oh, group behind me saying, so serious. But hello. As his friend pointed out, it's his job. I wonder actually if they're going to leave the doors open or whether they just forgot to close them. It's not hot today, so I'm not sure why the doors have been left open. Oh, so somebody's not going to do all that pusher through the box. Oh, awkward. No, the Audi's coming to close them up. I think actually, folks, you know, you've seen it before when I stand in the yard. The view in the sunshine past the horse to the architecture across the road is what everybody's actually taking a picture of. I know it looks optically like they're getting a snap of the horse's rear, but they're not. Okay, so there we are. We'll see. You cannot escape now. No escape. He is forced to stay. Oh, military staff with a lot of kit coming out. All the way to dress in central London when there's no COVID lockdown, but hey, each to their own, I guess. It's very curious, actually, how few people are bothering to go toward the box this morning, isn't it? Very, folks, for guard change morning. Didn't take long, did it? He only just went over it, to be honest, but it shows how observant the trooper is. Actually, speaking of observant, just noticed who's at the other end. Very interesting pairing today. The last time that we saw the trooper at this end, we just told this family to get behind the white line. The last time we saw the trooper at this end was just before VE Day, and he was not his usual super strict self. A lot of you were not happy with that video, but as I mentioned, folks, they've had a hell of a lot of pressure and work in the last few weeks, you know. So if it might occasionally slip, so be it. He's definitely back on it this morning. I'm genuinely surprised actually that there are quite a lot of people dressed as though it's 20-30 degrees. I've got double long sleeves on, I'm not even hot, so I'm not getting it. Another one in her navy stripy top behind the white line. I think we can say we've got a full house, having seen now the first pair of troopers and the second pair, a full house of lifeguards who are not taking any nonsense at all vis-a-vis the line. What's this, like Westminster Jogging Club or something? I have no idea what she's doing on the right. I'm not sure she knows either, to be quite honest. Another one. Twice. 3 times. Oh, just about to bring the horse out of the box. Yet again. Get back, and get back. Bye-bye. To be honest, guys, when the horse is in the box, I mean the horse right now is completely in the box, look, even the hooves. When the horse is completely in the box, people standing either side here against the wall can't see the trooper. Okay? If they're standing with their back against the wall looking this way, they can't see. So if you hear something, you might be like, what's that? But you can't hear it very clearly. So I can understand how the trooper's raising his voice, but it looks like they're ignoring him when I don't think they are. Comes another huge group. The thing is, the majority of them are actually walking by and going into the yard and then turning around and coming back out the yard again. It's almost like they're turning up for some kind of a performance, thinking, oh, it's cancelled or it's not on today, and then they're going again. That would certainly reinforce the notion that a lot of people don't actually understand that the troopers are serving members of the military. Just like this gent, actually, with his beret. Okay, we had enough time at this end. Let's go to the other end for a while, ladies and gents. Oh yeah, for a while, and see what's happening here. I prefer, not always, but often, to be at the side with the sign. What it doesn't give me is a view of the archway, but we can see everything else. I don't actually remember a morning, especially a sunny morning, on a guard change morning as well, and there was a guard change at the palace, as we heard earlier, with so few people coming to horse guards. I'm guessing it's because they're getting to the parade ground, noticing that the entire area is completely locked off, closed, because of the fact that the stage is there for tomorrow night's concert, and then they're just walking back in a different direction, either back to the palace or going to the park instead. Wait, second, folks. Okay, so reasonably, but not quite centre on. I'm actually preferring to pose with the police effect than the horse at the moment. Guard's regular deliveries here, folks. Look at this. It's the pret-a-manger truck with sandwiches and smoothies. Flipping out, what is this, like curly hair in London day? They're all walking, salute, all walking straight into the camera. And obviously now I come to this end, the vast majority of tourists are stopping at the other end. Every single time that happens, no? However, they are, this lady, standing in the corner of the box without any repercussions. Make of that as you will, ladies and gents. I mean, I guess that counts as being in the box, does it not? What do we think? I'm actually stuck now. It's gotten super busy, guys. Some ladies telling them all to get out of the way. Like expecting a clean line of sight among this squish. Must be joking. Oh. Partly just pulled her out of the box. Very thoughtful. Oh, flipping hell, guys! I mean, look at. In fact, this is everyone that's arriving from the Mall. Trafalgar Square end are going to start flooding in from my right. Keep checking my pocket to make sure that. Oh, I'm not going to turn the camera. I just noticed actually. Very popular captain just came out the front gates, but he's in his civvies going to the MOD, so didn't think it was a good idea to turn the camera. Flip, what is going on now? Coughing, sneezing and silliness, guys, that's what's going on now. Yeah, it's a group that just arrived with their guide. This guy's got Estonia Tallinn jumper on from the Mall.
Very hard. I took quite a few. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yes?
Very odd how he's letting them get so close, in all honesty. Look.
You guys want to come? Yeah, maybe here because there's so many people there. Come right here.
Good lord. Everyone that is standing in front of me at this moment, in some way or another, is in the box. Tour guide's telling them, but they're not listening. Genuinely surprised the lady in blue wasn't told to shift it. You can see the horse is not liking it already, at all. To be honest, folks, I can actually understand how the horse feels right now. They're edging closer and closer. He's going to jump on the horse in a minute, I swear, this guy. Oh. Very curious, folks.
There you go. Nice one.
All of the feet we're seeing are all in the box. Everyone is in the box.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Maybe go round instead of trying to squish through, no? Like a normal person would. Folks, I told you it's going to happen. Like actively, intentionally pushing through. The look that he gave me then when I said that, it's super funny. I was quiet for a minute thinking, okay, come on then, what's your response? No response, that was the response. I still cannot understand how we fit an hour and why on earth everyone is being allowed to edge their way into the box. I don't get it. I'll move in a second because it's actually annoying to film it when they've blatantly push themselves in over the line and just stand there with eating grins. Sorry? Yes. It's okay. No, don't worry about me. Thank you. Oh, I thought that was going to be the first kind of opt out of your video request. Somebody stick this guy to the wall. Another one in the box. Yeah. I think the trooper just kind of like, you know what? At least, to their credit, folks, the tourists are not trying to touch the horse so far. Who's next? This bro, 1 second. The thing is, there are so many people they can't decide what they're doing. Also in the box. Cowboy Joe on the left, what do we think? He's wondering if the lasso he's got in his backpack is sufficient for this horse. I'll go to the other one, folks, because I know how annoying it is for all of you when you can see people in quick succession walking up over the line in the box, just not caring less. Very, very, very curious to see that. Very curious, especially as many times before we've seen super strict enforcement by that trooper at that end. So, I don't know. My honest explanation, folks, and this is my interpretation, it's not fact, would be there's a lot of fatigue. Don't forget, massive amount of work in the past 4 to 6 weeks for all of the troopers, regardless of whether they've been on ceremonial here or back at Hyde Park. A huge amount of work. So that's what I would think. I've actually waged that the lifeguards are probably delighted that they're not having to do ceremonial here this weekend. It kind of feels almost as well like we didn't really see very much of the Blues in the last 2 weeks. They were here obviously a lot less because of the major events, but yeah, it really does seem like we didn't get a lot of Blues footage recently. I think actually only maybe one day of the whole of last week, in fact, we got footage here with the Blues. Now I'm hoping obviously that we'll be able to catch up with that this week. Fingers crossed, ladies and gents. No promises, but that's what I'm hoping. Very, very surprised though that we're pretty much at the end, guys. We've only got a few minutes. Will there be a lucky tourist appearing to get screamed at before we finish part one? I don't know. There's more than enough people here, trust me. Like, way more than enough. Oh, a veteran. Up next. Patiently waiting. Let's hope he's not told to get back. Oh, lovely to see. Look at this. What an absolute gem. Let me see if I can speak to if he's coming along.
If you do want to grab some pictures with them while we're doing
He's going across, 1 second.
just ask, because they will do a couple of minutes here, and I'll let you guys know when we're ready to move on.
If I can ask everybody. Can I ask you a quick question? Blues and Royals or lifeguard?
They're lifeguards.
No, you.
Me? No, I was in the 5th Rolling Skill Infantry Guards. We're armoured cavalry regiment.
Ah, sorry, I thought you mentioned to him that you were...
No, I've done this on horseback with different regiments.
Yeah? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, folks, lovely gent, as always. Veterans are super polite and happy to speak. To be honest, actually, I should have noticed he wasn't wearing a HCAV tie.
So the ones we saw, they were coming to.
As you heard, he did ceremony, he was on the horse.
These are the guys that we saw earlier.
That's nice. Thank you so much. Do you want us to take for you? Thank you. Thank you.
They're squashed again, everybody.
They always stay guard here, and they're out here.
But that actually was a really, 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 really wholesome moment, in fact. Actually, if anything bad happens in the next 60 seconds, I'm going to cut it out anyway, so let's hope that the rest of these people are going to behave themselves. I don't want to spoil the video, that super wholesome moment with the veteran. What a nice guy.
That stuff where we saw the construction a minute ago, or the music coming from, that through there's going to be open to public. So I don't feel otherwise
I have no idea what they're doing on the left at all.
It's okay, so I'll just take it. Can you just take it? Ah, thank you.
I wouldn't want to be one on
Oh, they were just told to get back on the left yet again. Oh my... What the flip? She missed out even back. Even though it's basically a massive school group that forced her to step in the box in the first place. Awkward.
Go now, go.
Okay, ladies and gents. Our last tourist or two. Quite wholesome on the whole. Yeah, I mean, yeah, plenty of enforcement and shouts at the beginning, but overall, quite a wholesome morning. For a guard change day, much more wholesome than many we've seen recently. That's for sure. In the best possible way. Our last tourist.
We're going to shift on.
Who's constantly worried that the horse is going to scare her. Folks, back soon, people.